or unmuting it, whatever platform you happen to be watching this on. As always, you know I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys watching these videos. I got some pretty good comments on the last video I posted. You guys are nice. Some of you guys are real nice. I appreciate the things that you guys say. Thank you for that. So today I've got, I always say this, it's a fun one. It is fun. It's actually, I got two things here for you with a couple of variations. We're gonna kind of get into it a little bit with this today. But before I get into the lesson, it's one thing about having a beard. Sometimes you gotta clear it out the mouth. Okay. Before we get into the lesson, we got a seminar coming up in just a couple of days. This Saturday, John Thompson is going to be coming out here teaching a 2-day seminar. This is an official Colley Center seminar. For those of you that don't know, John Thompson is Colley Center's Seattle chapter leader. Very, very good Colley practitioner. Very good, what would you even call it, man? Swordsman. He's great with weapons. This dude, I'm telling you, if you're coming out to this, prepare to learn a lot. Bring a notebook. Also, just if you are coming out, just quick note, bring a rain jacket. This is Long Beach, Washington. August, you got a good chance of not getting rain, but it's Long Beach. So it's looking like it's going to rain on us on Saturday. And, you know, it's a Colley Center seminar. There's nothing I can do about it. Colley Center trains in the rain. If it rains, if it hails, if it snows, it doesn't matter. It doesn't stop these guys. It doesn't stop us, right? So train in all the elements. Train on different, gravel and grass and sand and concrete. You know, you're trying to, whatever is there, whatever the weather's throwing at you, we're going to be training in it. So just wanted to let you guys know it does look like it might rain on us on Saturday. So if you're coming, bring a little bit of rain gear with you. Sunday's looking like it is going to be a nice day. I'm thinking it's just going to be sprinkling, but with Long Beach, you never really know. So just be prepared for some rain for those of you that are coming. Anyway, let's get into it. So today I want to talk about contacting Contratas. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. What I'm showing you today, I've actually been thinking on for a few days. I was up way late at night just a few nights ago working on this. This is kind of one of those, like, you're up way late at night and you just can't stop thinking about Colley. You got to get this stuff out of your head. You know, I don't know if anybody else has that, but you know, it's kind of one of those things. So what we're going to be working on today is contacting Contratas, but we're going to work on the advanced line, and we're going to look at this a little bit more tactically. What I was really thinking on is how to use the advanced line in specific tactical situations, and I wanted to look at it using it defensively, because the way that you learn the advanced line, for those of you that don't know, your advanced line is where your angle 2 takes your angle 3, or your angle 3 takes your angle 2. It just depends on timing, depends on positioning, depends on a bunch of stuff that you do in combat. But that's why that's the advanced line, because they can take each other. It depends on who has the advantage there, right? And so, let's see here. The way that it normally is taught, right, is attacking. So if we're going to do 2 takes to 3, normally it's bridge on 1, broken 2 down to the 3, and then step out 90, and you're in the contact Contratas drill, right? The Contratas drill. The way that it normally works with 3 taking the 2 is you do a vertical, angle 1 when they do a fluid, angle 1, and you step up left 45 with your 3 to their 2, and you're coming out like this until somebody takes it back to contact, right? So both of those are attacking, right? That's kind of how you end up learning this. But the thing is with Contratas, it's super sneaky, and it can be used really well when you're being pushed back as well. And so I want to kind of think about this where it's like as if you're getting pushed back, but you're kind of baiting them into it. You're using your knowledge of contacting Contratas to always be in a dominant position, always have dominance in combat, even if it seems like you're being driven back. I'm being driven back because I want you to think that you have advantage. I want you to think that you're driving me back. It's actually set up for something else. That's kind of where my head is at with this, all right? So I got 2 of these to show you with a couple variations of each. Let me stop flapping my lips and let's get into it. So we're going to start with the hands, and we're going to start with 2 takes the 3, because that's generally what you learn first. So with the weapon, what we're going to be doing with the weapon is we're going to swing our angle 1, and then we're going to swing a circular 2. So we're going to come out on this nice number 2 angle, drop the hand, bring the sword up slightly. You're not coming all the way back to chamber, because I want to get back ahead of timing. We're going to be being driven back here, so we want to get back ahead of timing. So we're using this circular 2. See how it makes kind of like that corkscrew down to where the upper third is covering their number 3 pocket. You're putting the upper third of your weapon there before their hand, or just as their hand is leaving that pocket, right? So the way this works is 1, circular 2, fluid 2 to the number 7 thrusting position, and we're going to do a center line closed thrust. So we're coming out, turning the hand over, cutting our way out, and coming up here to our number 2 chamber position. And the first variation of this, we're going to come out on a horizontal. All right, so once again, first variation, 1, circular 2, 2, closed center line thrust to backhand horizontal. The variations of this just change that last strike. So this is going to be variation 2. Everything is the same. 1, circular 2, 2, center line thrust, that's a closed thrust, and then we're going to do a diagonal 2. All right, so it's 1, circular 2, 2, closed center line thrust, diagonal. Version 3, same thing. 1, circular 2, 2, closed center line thrust, and we're going to do a backhand vertical. I'll explain why when we calibrate this, okay? Coming back to the start, and we're doing 1, circular 2, 2, closed center line thrust, backhand vertical is the third version of this, okay? Let me just do that facing this direction for you guys so you can see it like this. I'll go through all 3 of them. So 1, circular 2, 2, closed thrust to backhand horizontal. Version 2, 1, circular 2, 2, closed center line thrust to backhand, a number 2, a diagonal number 2. 1, circular 2, 2, closed center line thrust to a backhand vertical strike. Those are the 3 variations of that. What are we doing with the feet? So with the feet, what we're doing is we're just running out on universal. The footwork for this is pretty easy. So we're just going to come out on universal. We're going to go out on universal. This last one, we're going to do a pass-through step, keeping our posture nice and high. Just in case that weapon goes, we want to clear the follow-through of their weapon. We're going to do a slight pump and then a largo step. So it's universal, universal, pass-through on universal, pump, largo. One more time. Super easy. Universal, universal, pass through. Your right foot should be behind your left foot here. Pump to largo step. Okay? Let's put it together. So what are we doing? What we're doing is we're defending against somebody that's bridging 1, 2, 3, right? That's a very common thing that you're going to see. It's really, boom, that is actually pretty powerful. And you'll see it a lot when you're fooling around with people. So that's what I'm kind of defending against with this. It's a common thing that you see, and the goal is to use superior tactics to overcome your opponent, right? So we're going to go back on universal on this angle 1. we're going to go back again on our circular 2. And then when we come down with this 2, it lands when the back foot hits the ground. We're getting ourselves out of there just enough to clear the follow through of their weapon, just in case we miss their hand for some reason. And then we're going to step forward. And the reason it's a pump is because you need to do your thrust and come to chamber on that pump. So it's thrust to chamber, and then the largo step, boom. Your horizontal lands when you land on that largo step. Let's do it again. So it's 1, circular 2, 2, thrust, horizontal. Now the reason for the variations, that first one, let's say you thrust somebody, because I'm thrusting you and then coming at your head, right? If you thrust somebody and they just go like that and they stay kind of tall, you want the strike to be tall. If you thrust them and they go like that to your right side, you want to come down at their head on a diagonal, right? If they go and go down to your left, or they go and they come down and their head is in the center, you want to be on the backhand thrust. If they're off to the left, you want it to be in line with your shoulder. If they go and the middle, you want it to, the upper third, to be on line with 0 degrees. So with that in mind, do the variations. So somebody bridges 1, 2, 3 on you. We're going to go 1, 2, circular 2. That's the Contratas line. 2 takes the 3. But instead of going to the drill, we're just ending this thing. So I'm going to do variation 2. Thrust, diagonal, angle 2. Variation 3. 1, 2, circular, thrust, backhand vertical, if they're over on this side or the center. One more time through each one. 1, circular 2, 2, thrust, horizontal. 1, circular 2, 2, thrust, diagonal. Last one. 1, circular 2, 2, thrust, backhand vertical. Like that, okay? Now, so that's the Contratas line, the advanced line. 2 takes the 3. Let's take a quick look at the 3 takes the 2, all right? Coming up, boom, like that. And there's two different variations for this. The reasoning is a little bit different. We'll get to that when we calibrate it. So we're going to start in chamber 3 with this. And we're swinging 3, 4, up to the 1. Then we're going to swing this vertical one. Bring your feet together when you do, because you need to step out 90 when you swing your 3. This 3 is going to actually be an outside umbrella. So we're stepping 90, turning, our hand is coming out, and you would be placing your hand on the back of their elbow. Your angle 3 would be coming up and taking their hand here. I'll explain this when we calibrate it. And then, oh yeah, so as it comes up, turns immediately to the angle 2 line, come down on the angle 2. This would be coming down their neck. I'll explain that in a minute. Version 1 is put the left foot forward and do a broken thrust, tapping the forearm and retracting. Okay, version 1 one more time. So we've got our 3, our 4, feet together on the vertical, 90, and do an outside umbrella. This is the Contratas line. 3 takes their angle 2, okay? This turns to a number 2 slash, and then you do a switch step as you do a broken thrust, broken centerline thrust. Version 2, everything is the same except that final thrust, okay? So we're starting in 3, 3, 4, feet together on 1, outside umbrella, that's the Contratas line. take your 2. Now when I do my switch step and my thrust, I'm going to do a closed thrust. I'll explain that in a minute. One more time. 3, 4, vertical, outside umbrella, 2, closed thrust. Okay? Let me show you the footwork before we calibrate it, huh? That'd be good. Okay, so footwork for this, we're going to be bridging to the outside on this 3, okay? So we're stepping left 45 on the 3, forward triangle on 1, but instead of driving forward, in our mind's eye, we see our opponent pick up the timing, they break time, and they drive back at us on that angle 1. So I'm going to move out on the new universal evasion because he's driving forward at me. This is changing it to where we're on 0 degrees now. Okay, so I'm going to go out on universal evasion here, and then I'm stepping 90 here, and then just turning and switching the feet, turning the body. Okay, let's do that again. Left 45. Forward triangle, 0, that's universal evasion. 90, this is a traverse step. You're turning your body on that 90 and then just switching the feet. One more time. Left 45, forward triangle, universal, 90, and switch step. Okay? Let's put it together. So, we're going 3, 4, they drive back on 1. I'm going to come, and this is just a setup. I'm not trying to hit them or anything. I'm putting myself on the Contratas line and making it so that they have to turn into me in order to continue their drive. It also is a really good setup, which I'll explain in just a second. They're going to turn into me with that angle 2. When they do, I'm going to step 90, allowing them to get into close quarters, extreme close quarters, and stopping their weapon at the elbow, their follow through at the elbow, which is going to cause, if you hit them here, that's going to stop the forward momentum, but transfer it to their forearm, which should cause their arm to straighten, allowing you to get that umbrella and take that angle 3. They would be roughly right here, so I am just turning this to the angle 2 and getting my slash right here. Version 1 is single opponent. If there's nobody else I got to deal with, I'm putting my weapon all the way through this guy. So that's why we slap. That simulates the weapon has plunged all the way through. That slap is you're hitting the body, and you got to retract the blade. Okay? So that's with single opponent in mind. Version 2 is with multiple opponents in mind. So same thing. 3, 4, out on universal. That's a setup. I'm going to my 3. They swung a fluid 1 and are coming at me with a fluid angle 2. Step at 90, stopping their strike, taking their hand, hitting them. This should go right about the neck. And then version 2 is a closed thrust, because if there's multiple people here, I should have positioned myself to the left outside of the group with this engagement. So everybody else should be over there. My weapon cut out. It did not get stuck in this person, and I'm going to use their falling body to guard myself and gain assess the situation, right? You're using this opponent to assess the situation and create a guard so that people can't charge in at you. All right, so let's do both of those one more time. So version 1 here. So we're doing 3, 4 up universal, out on, 4 up forward triangle, out on universal with the vertical 1, left 90 with an outside umbrella. That's the 3 takes the 2. That is the Contratas line. Turn it slashing the neck with your angle 2, and doing a broken thrust. Single opponent. Double opponent, or multiple opponent rather. 3, 4, universal with your vertical, outside umbrella, 2 with a, sorry, I calibrated that wrong. Should have been, let me do that one more time. I calibrated that wrong. Nobody's perfect, right? 3, 4, vertical 1, umbrella 2, and the calibration is there. That's when the switch step happens. It makes contact when you switch that step, and then you cut out, and multiple opponent walk around his falling body, assessing the situation. One more time through each variation on this, and then I'll just demonstrate both of them a couple times, let you go, all right? So version 1, 3, 4, vertical, outside umbrella, broken. Version 2, 3, 4, 1, outside umbrella, 2, broken. I'm sorry, that's a closed center line thrust. Hard to speak and think and do all this stuff sometimes. All right, let me just run through both versions with all the variations of this just a couple of times for you guys, and then I'll let you go. Today. Appreciate you guys watching this. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully this stuff gives you guys your own training ideas. That's why I do this. So I put these out here. If any of you happen to be in the Long Beach, Washington area and you want to learn some Kali, come on out to the Grange on Tuesdays at 7 or Saturday mornings at the Long Beach Elementary School in the outdoor basketball court at 10 a.m. Classes are free. It's just something I like to do for my community. We have a lot of fun out here. Some really good guys and gals rather, come out to these classes. Big age range too, honestly. My youngest student right now is 18 years old. My oldest student, I think, is 73. So big age range. So don't tell me you're too old to be doing Kali, because I promise you, you're not. Anyway, if you guys can make it out to the seminar, that would be awesome. Hopefully I see you. I'm going to try to capture some of it for you guys and put it up online. I know some people want to be here, but they just couldn't make it. So I'm going to see what I can do to at least get some content up for you guys that wanted to be here, but just couldn't make it. Anyway, thanks for watching all the way to the end. You're amazing. God bless. Deuces.